Hello and welcome to the 28th video in the Lent series as we think about betrayal. And our passage is Luke 22 verse 47 to 53 if you're reading along. So we see Judas. He's been with Jesus since the beginning. He's one of the 12. Betrays him. How does he do it? He comes to his sanctuary, his garden, where we know he goes a lot with the disciples to think and to pray, with armed guards, and betrays him with a kiss. Why? We don't really know. We know he was a thief. We know that it says Satan entered his heart. I wonder if he was disillusioned. He's described early on as Judas the Zealot. And we know the Zealot movement wanted to overthrow Rome by force. And increasingly Jesus is presenting a non-violent movement. Perhaps he thinks Jesus is weak. Perhaps he thinks this will force Jesus into doing something. Is Jesus weak? I don't think so. The Bible tells us that Jesus could have fought back. We see the disciples get out their swords and lop off the ear of one of the servants, and Jesus says, No. If I wanted to, I could have brought down legions of attack angels. This is not the way. We know he could have run away or hidden. He knew it was coming. He could have made a strong verbal defence to Pilate or to Caiaphas. But time and time again he chose to be silent, to be accused, beaten, and ultimately murdered. And he chose to forgive. The way Jesus approaches, we see from Jesus not anger and rage, but forgiveness. And Peter, he mucks up big time. He runs away and leaves his mate, and yet Jesus brings him back. Even the Roman executioners, as they're murdering him, Jesus says, Father, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. Why? Jesus' grace is freely given, but it's very costly. Costs him his life, costs him his silence, costs him his strength. He chooses to be weak so that he can have grace to give us. The promise to reconnect with God, to reconnect with all of ourselves, to reconnect with the others around us, to be made whole, life to the full. This grace is free, but it has to be taken hold of. You see, Peter, he takes hold of it. But Judas, he tries to do it his own way. He's convicted of his sin. He breaks down crying. He goes straight to the authorities and says, I have condemned the wrong man. He's innocent. And he throws the money back. But the one thing he doesn't do is go to Jesus, the grace giver, and say, I'm sorry. Because he has to choose to take that gift of grace. So what about you? Do you choose Jesus' free gift of grace today?